So how do I kill my ego? How does one do this?
By seeing that you have it by the light of God and let it die. When you, if someone, let's say that you have a reputation as a TV host now, right? And someone tell you, oh, you ain't no good. You were born. And the moment you get angry about that, or if you feel embarrassed about it, feel the pain of anger. Feel that pain of embarrassment. Listen, let those thoughts and the feeling pass through you, and that's the death of the ego. If someone can make you feel a certain way, that's all ego. So you welcome that opportunity to see where you are, if you're going to overreact or not. And if you do, let it pass, and that's the ego that's dying. But if you protect the ego, you give it life, you are not your ego. That's the nature of the devil. The ego must die and you will live. So if someone say, let's say your husband say, oh, you're such a bitch. Has he ever said that to you yet?
No, not yet.
But let's say he just said, you're such a bitch. And then you get mad about it. That's ego. Let that, feel the pain, be glad that he said it, because it allows you to see that ego is still there, because you don't want to think of yourself as a bitch, right? And you might be a bitch. And feel the pain. That's not you. That's the spirit of evil. And let it pass through you. It is dying. And then the next time he calls you a bitch, he won't be moved by it, because it won't be who you are.
That's true. That is kind of the nature of the internet too. Things that used to really bother me, just nothing touches me online anymore. I'm sure you get a lot of that too.
It would be like that in your whole life, no matter what happens. And you will lose the illusion that you're this person that you are. You're not your career. You're not this famous personality. You're none of those things. And your whole idea about everything are wrong. All those false ideas that you've been taught growing up, you've heard about, will all disappear. Even your ideas about God will disappear, because all ideas about God is from evil. Satan has given you and everyone that's taught you about God, he told them that about God. It was from thoughts. It wasn't real. And so you have the wrong impression of God. And when God doesn't do what you think he should do, now you're mad at him, not realizing Satan told you that about God. And Satan doesn't know God in that way. He's pretended to be God. So all of your ideas would die with the ego. It's a part of the ego.
Okay.
And you will have a clear mind. And you will know God. You won't just believe about God. Believing about God is intellectual. To know God is totally different.
Okay. So my asking for this in my prayer life is not the way to go about this. It's about removing the sense of self.
Yes, 100%. When this false sense of self disappear, you shall live. All your your ideas about yourself are wrong. And they're wrong about other people too, because you can't see right now what's driving them. When you see what's driving them, you won't have an impression about them either. You will see that they can't help it, because the same spirit that's been driving you is driving them. And most people don't want to face it. They don't want to admit it, so you can't make them see it. Only those who want to see it will see it. Most people don't. They love their hell. They love their misery. They love to whine and cry and feel sorry for themselves. That's their hell that they're living in, and they love their hell because it feels like life. Even if it's a bad life, it still feels like life, but it's really death.
Wow.
What a mess.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We do live in a mess, don't we? We love our jail cells.
Yeah, absolutely. They love their jail cell. If you tell them, if you open the door of the jailhouse and tell them, okay, y'all can leave, you are free, they won't leave.
Right.
They'll stay right there and be miserable because they love their misery.
Oh, that's true. And then I've heard accounts of people that have been in prison for extended periods of time. And they say, I was never in prison because I was free in my heart and in my mind.
Yes, absolutely. You're enslaved in the mind. And when your uncle committed suicide, it wasn't because of OCD, you say?
Mm-hmm.
It was because he thought those spirits, those evil spirits in his body and mind was him. and he was angry and he believed it, and they convinced him to kill himself, that he wasn't worth anything. Look at your life. You're a drug addict. You're this. You're a loser. You're that. Nobody likes you. And you might as well take your life. And it sounds like you end up taking your life, but you listen to the devil. Because the last thing the devil wants you to do is to return to God. He doesn't want one soul to return to God. So he and his little demons work overtime to keep you from from returning to God.
That's true. And it is a struggle to return to God, because I don't know that in this world, it's not really our natural state.
It's only a struggle because you believe that not you is you. Mm-hmm. If you didn't identify with the false self, you could be with God right now, right this very moment, if you didn't identify with that. But because you have identified, the struggle is in the evil. But if you
Can I ask you something? Are you afraid of death?
No.
You have no fear of death. When you think about the possibility of endless nothingness, it doesn't give you an absolute panic-stricken, I can't breathe, I am underwater feeling?
Not one iota.
Wow, that's incredible.
You know why? Because death is just a word. It has no meaning. And then you believe the word death, and then Satan add all the meanings to it. Oh, what's going to happen to you? Or you going this place or that place? You believe the lie again, a word. And the word is fulfilled by Satan. You think, oh, that is true too. And that's why you're afraid of death. Death is just a word. That's all it is.
Do you have any fear in your life?
I have zero fear.
What a way to live.
And you can live that too if you let go of the anger. Okay. You live this earth. Paradise is right here on earth, right? Heaven is here. It's inside of you. Know thyself and you shall be free. You can live a perfect life right here on earth. And then when you do leave your body, you'll just be in perfect harmony with God.
Well, I make a solemn vow today to try to let go of the anger in my life.
You let go by forgiving, and then let go of thoughts. All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. No such thing as a true thought. Let go of the thoughts and you're free.
Wow. That would be freedom, wouldn't it be? Huh. Well, this did not go in the direction I expected at all.
All thoughts are all lies. Have a wait and see attitude about all things. Don't think ahead. When you're driving in your car or you're at work, keep your mind where your body is. Your body is in the present, but your mind will be thinking about the past or the future, or what am I going to say? What am I going to do? Keep your mind where your body is. You will always be in the presence of perfect love. You'll be in the presence of God. He's in the present. He's not in the past or future.
This would absolutely change every aspect of my life.
Absolutely.
It would just change everything. Absolutely. I would be such a happier person, a better wife and mom.
You'll be at perfect peace. Happiness is a fate because happiness come and go. It's Satan still pretending to be God, so he gave you happiness. Christ came that we may have peace, and peace cannot change. There's no situation in life that can change peace. You want peace and not happiness.
Okay.
And happiness is based on something, right?
Right.
But peace is not based on anything. You want peace.
I do.
So one last thing, then I got to put you on the hot seat because we're out of time. What the? On my YouTube channel, I have a silent prayer, www.silentprayer.video. I want to encourage you to start doing that. I want you to learn to sit still, relax, and just watch those thoughts coming and going. You know how thoughts come and go? As though you're watching a movie. You sit back, you and your family watching a movie. You're not in the movie. You're observing the movie.
We're observing the movie. Right.
That's what I want you to do with the thoughts so you can see that you're not the thoughts.
Okay.
So give it a try, all right?
I will.